Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel Webonsky. Today we will see how to add differ in Enqueued JavaScript files in WordPress. If you ever have measured the page speed of your website using the Google Page Speed Insights or GT Matrix, you would have seen a suggestion saying that to reduce or eliminate render blocking of JavaScript files. So in a suggestion, it asks you to add default in the JavaScript files which are being added in your website. So this is the problem when we are adding our JavaScript files using enqueue filter of the JavaScript. So it doesn't allow you to add default keyword in the when you are using enqueued JavaScript. So what are the ways to add default when those files are being added by the enqueued? So let us see in this video. I will show you an example and how you can add them using some WordPress hooks and filters. We will see. Let's move ahead. Here we have two functions, or you can say two JavaScript hooks. One is action and the other is filter. Here, as you can see, this action hook is used to print all the enqueued JavaScript handles, and because we use these handles to add default in all the JavaScript files where we want to add default. So it is in our control in which file we want to add default or not. It is your decision. You can see which JavaScript file is taking much time, so we can decide that these are the number of JavaScript files where we can add our default keyword. And this is the action, that is filter of the JavaScript, that is script loader tag. Here what we do, we specify the enqueued handle, like we have 1, 2, 3, magnific, pop-up, cycle, and script. These three handles, for example, for an example. So here we will be adding default in these three JavaScript files. And what is the way? As you can see, we are using this filter, and this is the callback function. Here we are passing these three arguments. It accepts. So we specify the number of JavaScript enqueued handles where we are supposed to add default, and we are checking if the coming handle is in this array, then it adds default is equal to default, and here this is the JavaScript src. So we are just returning this line of code. If the current JavaScript handle belongs to this array, if this condition is satisfied, it will return this line of code. Otherwise, it will return the default JavaScript line of code which is coming from this variable. So this is how we can add a default on our JavaScript files where we want to add the default. And this action hook is helpful to find out, suppose there are some JavaScript files which are being added by WordPress plugins, and how will we know that these are the handles of those JavaScript files? So it will be helpful to add and print all the JavaScript handles, and based on this, so we can check the JavaScript handles and we can decide that these are the handles where we want to add default. So it will just print those handles. I mean, it will be helpful to just understand and identify the handles only, but the actual work is being done with this filter. This is all I wanted to explain in this video. If you find this video useful, please like and subscribe my channel.